On your Qudrat exam, you might also have to deal with powers of decimal numbers. Here is an example of a question that they have given. So you have 0.2 raised to the power of 2, 0.2 raised to the power of 3, plus 2. Now, 2 out of these three numbers are decimal and they have a power on top of it. So how do you evaluate such power? You do know that the square of 2 is simply 4. You do also know that the cube of 2 is 8. But is 0.2 square going to be 0.4? Well, actually no. Every time you have to square a decimal, always remember that you have to add zeros to that number before writing down the square of it. So, for example, the square of 0.2 is going to be 0.04. Notice that you had a power of 2 over here. So, your number, which is 4, does not go into the first position, it goes on to the second position. The same will happen with the cube. So again, 0.2 cube, 0.2 cube, as we know, the cube of 2 is 8, but instead of writing down 0.8, we will write down 0.008. Again, notice that because it was cube, the 8 over here goes to the first, second, and third position. Remember that I am noting down the position after the decimal value. Okay, so after the decimal, what's the position? You have to note down the position based on the power. If it's 3, the position is going to be 3. If it's 2, the position is going to be 2. All right. So as we know, as we now know that 0.2 square is going to be 0.04. So we will, just let's copy this down again and we will evaluate this now. So 0.2 square is going to be 0.04 plus 0.2 cube is 0.08 plus 2. So if you add those up, you simply have to add them. So according to the place that they have in the number, so this will be equal to 2. In the first position of decimal, there is 0 over here, there is 0 over here, there is nothing after this 2, so it's just going to be 0. In the second position, there is 4 over here, there is 0 over here, so 4 plus 0 is just 4. So we'll write that down. And then in the next position, the third position, there is nothing over here, there is 8 over here, and again, there is nothing over here, so we will write down 8. This is going to be the answer in this case. Let's try out one more example before we leave. Pause the video and see if you can do this yourself. Well, if you have been able to do it, I hope, remember that you first write down 3 square, which is 9, 3 cube, which is 27. You should just memorize some of these squares and cubes. So because 3 square is 9, we will rewrite the expression that was given over here. But instead of writing down 0.3, 0.9, we will write down 0.09. Remember that the power decides at what position after the decimal the number will be written. Because it is 2, the 9 will be written at the second position. Plus 0.3 cube. So again, 0.00. And now we will write down the number, which is the third position, 27. Now, if you add those numbers, remember you have to add them place-wise. So the first number is just 0 and 0, so you'll write down 0. The second number is 0 and 0. Again, we will write down 0. The third position is 9 over here. It's 0 over here, so we'll write down 9. The next position, there's nothing over here, and there is 2, 7 over here. So we'll write down 2, 7. And that is going to be our final answer.